Before we jump into today's video, I want to give a quick shout out to our channel sponsor, Many Realms. If you're looking for Magic the Gathering and Magic the Gathering related supplies, be sure to check out ManyRealms.com. I'll post a link to their website in the video description, so be sure to go check them out. What's up, everybody? How's everyone doing out there today? Welcome back to Wildcat MTG. And today we are going to do a little Edge of Eternities Collector box battle. Most of you are familiar with how this works, but for those of you who are not, how this thing is going to work. We have 4 participants. We're going to crack this thing open. Each one of them is going to get 3 packs. We're going to open this packs in rounds of 3, adding up the mana values for all the rares and all the mythics. And at the end of this thing, the person with the highest total mana value and the person with the lowest total mana value amongst rares and mythics are each going to get 1 additional collector pack of Edge of Eternities. In the event of a tie, we'll take the highest mana value mythic as the first tiebreaker, highest mana value rare as the second tiebreaker, and if we need a third tiebreaker, we will go down the line, the highest mana value rare, until there is a tie, no more. All right, I'm going to give these a good shuffle here. I have stated this many times over with Edge of Eternities. This set is so much better than I had any expectation of it being. A lot of fun to play limited. I really enjoy the limited environment. Drafting it is a ton of fun, and set, kind of a banger. 3 for Vincent, 3 for Daniel, 3 for Unholy Ram, and 3 for Maui Mandela. All right, good luck, everyone. Let's have some fun. What do we want to see? We want to see Shocklands and Exalted Sunborns and Ancient Tombs, all the things. All right. Biggest drawback for this set for me, I can't open the packs. I have such a... The struggle is real. Alright. Alright. Here we go. Vincent, start us off. Okay. I do have a Galaxy Foil Island to start, sure. First rare is Terra Symbiosis. Actually a pretty good rare. Not bad. That's a 3. Eumidian Hatchery. We have found these battles to be very low mana values because there are a lot of lands in the commander slot, and then of course the Stellar Sites is always a land, so makes for some very low mana value battles. Next, Ice-Till Explorer in the extended art. That is nice. That's one of the higher value targets from the rares in the set. Pretty good card. Stirring Wildwood as a Stellar Sites. That is a non-foil. And then we conclude with a loading zone. I don't think I have any loading zones for myself yet. That is something I aspire to get more of. 3 really good green rares in that pack. So we start off with a 4, 8, and an 11. 4, 8, 11 it is. Okay. Daniel B., you are up next. Okay. We have another island, this time non-Galaxy Foil. Mystic, Dawnspire Sunstar Dreadnought. This is a very fun card. Good old spacecraft. When you get it to station to 10, whenever you attack, Dawnspire deals 100 damage to up to 1 target creature or planeswalker. Just overkill on your opponent's creature, or go ahead and aim it at your own creature that has a Pain for All on it. Either way works. That is a mythic, that is a 5. How about another mythic? Hearth Thrall the World Seed. That is a borderless commander mythic, a 4. Next up, Terra Symbiosis. Oh, cool. This is a borderless. Actually, the first time I've seen that treatment. That's really neat. Also a 3 for mana value. Next up, we have Scavenger Grounds in the Stellar Site slot. Non-foil. Of course, a 0. And then we conclude with a, nice, borderless foil Star Winder. Beautiful looking card. All right, so we do have a couple of mythics to sleeve up here. A lot of the stuff I'll get afterwards. I try to get the mythics while I'm doing it there, or the uber expensive stuff. Okay, so here, what do we got going on? 5, 9, 16, 19, is that right? So 7, 10, 14, 19, yeah. 19 it is. Definitely some fun pulls in that pack between the Starwinder and the Dawnspire. All right, Unholy Ram, you are up next. What we want to see is Galaxy foils in the Stellar Sites. Notably, like if you can get Ancient Tomb, Gemstone Caverns. Those would be pretty good ones, but there are plenty of other good pulls in that slot. If you can get like a Mythic and get a Galaxy foil, that is living the dream. All right. Borderless foil Swamp. Watery Grave. We like Shocklands. Always a fan. So that is a pack foil Watery Grave. Very nice. We take that. Depth Shaker Titan. That is a 7. Followed by, how about a Borderless Sacred Foundry? Yes, please. Rams starting off with a couple of Shocklands. And a Raging Ravine in the Borderless, that's the poster Stellar Sights non-foil. And then concluding with a Consult the Star Charts as the extended art foil. That's actually a very good card as well. Seeing a ton of play. Not a bad pack. Double Shocks and a Consult the Star Charts. You can do a whole lot worse. So, of course, 0, 0, 2, 0. So does that a 9? 7, 8, 9, and 3 lands. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, nice pack there, Ram. God, I think I throw the Borderless Sacred Foundry on top. All right, Maui Mandela, is your turn. Maui's first battle on channel. Welcome and thank you for partaking. Here we go. Borderless Foil Plains. Starting off with a Requiem Monolith, a card I actually rather like. That's a 3. Next up, Radiant Summit from the Commander slot. Of course, a 0. Genomorph Imago. That is a 2. That's in the Borderless version. This card is a straight-up bomb in Limited. We have a Thespian Stage Borderless. That's the poster art foil. Non-Galaxy foil, but still, Thespian Stage in the poster art foil is pretty good. It's pretty nice. And then we conclude with a Pinnacle Starcage extended art foil. Card that is seeing plenty of play in Standard right now. All right, so we have a 3, 4, 5. Is this an 8? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I told you these battles are low. These packs are low. That does. Thought Rams pack was low. That puts you in the low. All right, so end of the first round. Vincent with an 11. Daniel in the high with a 19. Ram with a 9 and Maui with an 8. We head into round number 2. We're back to Vincent. We're back to not being able to open these packs. There you go. That is a Galaxy foil Plains that time. Neat. Usually these are like 4 per, like not the Plains specifically, but the Galaxy foil basics are like 4 per box, 1 in every 3 packs. All right, 0 Point Ballad, that is a 1. Followed by Uthros Researchcraft is a 3 in the commander slot. Next up, a Frenzied Baloth, that is a 2 in the extended art. In our Stellar Sights, we have Contested Warzone. We have largely missed in that slot so far this box, notably. And then we conclude with a Sunset Saboteur extended art foil. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 3, 4, 5. Wait. 3, 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Okay. Vincent, that's going to put you at a 19. I'm going to keep the loading zone on top. So I'm hoping we have something spicier than what we've seen so far from that Stellar Sights slot. Daniel, back to you. You have 19 coming into this round. Vincent was next closest with an 11, which is not all that close, and just had an 8 for his pack. So I would say right now you're in the driver's seat for the high. That is a Galaxy Foil Swamp. Neat. Here we go. Secluded Starforge. Not helping your high cause, but a neat card nonetheless. Followed by a Moxite Refinery. That is a 2. Into, Extinguisher Battleship. A, neat card, and B, big time mana value. That is an 8. Very nice. Oh, that's a mythic. That's a mythic. That is Petrified Field. Why is Petrified Field a mythic? I guess it's okay. Sacrifices land, return target land from your graveyard to your hand. It's okay. That is a Stellar Sights foil mythic, non galaxy foil, non poster. And then we conclude with a Possibility Technician as the borderless foil. I will sleeve it up because it is a mythic. All right, so what do we got going on here? We have, what, 13, 8, 10, 13? That does make it easy, right? That brings you to a 32, which at this moment in time feels like a commanding lead for the high. All right, Unholy Ram. Ye of double shock lands in your first pack. And I know shocks have dipped, obviously, because of the reprint. I don't care how much shocks dip. Like, that is... I'm never sad about seeing them. I will continue to hoard those. All right, pull through the weft. Another plains. We've seen a lot of plains. Just a note. I don't think we've seen any mountains out of this box. First, we have Mutinous Massacre. Well, that's a 7. That is a lot of mana value. Into Festering Thicket, which is a 0. Bioengineered Future, another card I rather like. That's a 3. Stellar Sights is a... Oh, yeah. That is a poster foil Needle Spires land. Needle Spires, that's cool. All right, let me see if I can get a Galaxy foil. You can kind of see it come through there. There you go, some of that shine. Not a bad hit. The poster arts are more rare than the regular Stellar Sights, so getting a foil poster and having it be actually a Galaxy foil for any land is not a bad place to be. And then, oh yeah, that is a gorgeous Starfield Vocalist Japanese foil showcase. And it's in English. Beautiful. Really good card, and this card also carrying a little bit of a premium because people like the art. And I'll let you surmise as to why that is. Okay. Well, that does make things interesting now, doesn't it? So 4 plus 7, that's 11. That's 14, is that right? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 14 it is. Okay. Puts you at a 23. Nowhere close to Daniel for the high, really. But, boy, a couple of really nice hits there. And puts you 4 above Vincent for the low. Maui, with an 8 in the first pack. Ram and Vincent both hanging out like a 19 and 23 respectively. Okay, we start off with a little forest action. Esteli Reclaimer, that is a 5. Pretty sweet card. Solar Array, what do you do? I think this is the first time I pulled you. 3 mana, artifact, tap to add 1 mana to the color, and you cast your next artifact spell this turn. That spell gains spell burst. That's kind of a cool card. I have pulled a lot of duplication out of the commander slot, and I don't know that I pulled this card yet. I like it. All right, next card up, we have Servondum as the borderless. It's a 2. Next up, we have Crystal Query is the Stellar Sights foil, non-galaxy foil. Oh, it's a SPG. That is Warping Whale. So we have a special guest Warping Whale. Love the art style on those. Beautiful card. Really, really neat. All right. So we got a special guest. Don't hate that. All right, that is a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that a 12? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 it is. And that will put you at a 20 right now. 9, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Puts you at a 20, puts you out of the low, but just barely. So heading to the last round, Vincent in the low with a 19, ever so slightly. Daniel commanding leadish in the high with a 32. Ram with a 23, and Maui right there with a 20. Into the last round we go. Good luck, everybody. Hasn't been an incredible box, but it's been a good box so far. Okay. Vincent, ooh, have yourself a Galaxy Foil Forest, which I think these, of all the Galaxy lands, I think these are my favorites. Of the Galaxy basics, the Forest is my most favorite by a pretty wide margin. All right, Starfield Vocalist, love it. Pack Foil, That's a 4. Followed by a Mountain Plains. Loading Zone. Is that your? It is your second loading zone. Sure. It's actually not a rare that I would really not be upset, like that I would be upset about seeing a second of. That's a 4. Into the Hissing Quagmire in the Stellar Sights. Giggity. And, oh, we got a Mythic. What kind of Mythic is it? That is a Extended Art Foil The Endstone, which is also quite a Magic card. We'll sleeve that up right away. Well, what do we got going on here? So we have a 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, plus 4, that's a 15. 8 plus 7, 15 it is. It's going to put you at a 34 in total. That is not going to be enough for the high. I can pretty easily say that, I think, unless there's something crazy here. I guess somebody told me that they has like a 0 pack. So I guess not terribly untrue. So here we go. Daniel, you have a 32. You need 2 mana to take back the high for the moment. Oh my gosh, this pack will not open. There we go. Goodness gracious. Sheesh. Oh, Umbral Colors, though. That's a good card. All right. Hey, there's our first mountain in the box. Neat. That is a Biotech Specialist. That is a 2. Followed by a Planetary Annihilation out of the commander slot. That is a 5. You are back in the lead for the high. Followed by a Borderless Stomping Grounds. Love to see that. That's our 3rd shock of the box. 2nd in the Borderless of nature. Ooh, boy. That is it is not a Galaxy foil, but that is still really cool. That is a poster foil Strip Mine. That's a really good hit. That is a really good hit. Little jealous. Love me some Strip Mine. And then we conclude this pack with, that's also a really good hit. Extended Art Foil Ice Till Explorer. I will sleeve that in the Strip Mine. I'll get the Shocklands afterwards as well. But pretty good way to take back the high too, right? Like a Shockland and a foil Strip Mine. Okay, so we have a 5 plus 4. That's 9, 10, 11. 5, 9, 11. That puts you at a 43. And while I don't think mathematically it guarantees you the high, considering Ram is the next highest and he's 20 below you, that does seem fairly insurmountable. Okay, Ram, you have a 23. Next lowest currently is Vincent with a 34, which means a 10 or under, and you have sole possession of the low for the moment. Anything over 11 takes you out of the low. Here we go. Thrumming Hive Pool. That's a neat Magic card. Yep, that's a 6 mana value. Makes the slivers. Gives them just double strike and haste. Patrolling Peacemaker. That is a 3. Followed by another Biotech Specialist. I do like this card quite a bit. That is a 2. Next up, we have a Lumbering Falls. That is a poster, non-foil. And then we conclude with an Arch Enemy's Charm and the Borderless foil. I do like that as well. Fortunately, I think this kind of middles you. So, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And is that a 14? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Plus 3, 14 it is. That will put you at a 37, which will take you out of the low. But I think all things considered, not a bad little battle for you. All right, Maui, here's the deal. You have a 20. Vincent is the next lowest now with a 34. Daniel is all the way up there with a 43. And while I think it's possible to catch Daniel, yeah, I think your path to the win is in the low. So 13 or less, you have the low. 14, we go to Breakers. 15, no bueno. Here we go. Memorial Vault, that's a 4. Followed by a Baloth Prime, which is also a 4. Next up, we have a Weapons Manufacturing, which is a 2. This puts you at a 10. Our next card is going to be a Stellar Sights. It is Cascading Cataracts, non-foil. And we're going to conclude with a Starfield Vocalist, which is a 14. Does that take us to Breakers? Extended Art Foil, Starfield Vocalist, not the worst pull there. Let's find out. 4, well, I put the Cataracts There we go. It's a rare. All right. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 it is. Which also puts you at a 34. We moved to tiebreakers. I have no idea what the mythics look like. You have Warping Whale on top. That is a 2. I think that's it for mythics, but let me double check. Just to be sure. And so the End Stone is on top. So Vincent will capture the tiebreaker with the End Stone, which gives us our final. Vincent captures the low with the End Stone as the tiebreaker. That is a 34. Daniel B with a 43. Ram with a 37. And Maui with a 34. Vincent, you have the low, you have the honors. Bonus action. End Stone bringing home the W for you with the low. The tiebreaker. Here we go. We got a little planes. Possibility Technician. Into Vernal Fen. Into a little Pain for All. Yep. Extended art. Rare is Bonder's Enclave in the poster art. That's kind of cool. It's actually, I think, the first time I've seen that version of it. And conclude with a... It's our third time we've seen Terra Symbiosis today. That is a borderless foil Terra Symbiosis. Actually, again, not a bad card. I don't hate that. I don't hate that at all. All right, Daniel. Here we go. Hey, Galaxy Foil Planes. Neat. Hey, Anticausal Vestige. That's a pretty good card. That is a good Magic the Gathering card. All right, Glittering Massif. Space-Time Anomaly in the Borderless. That is a very cool art treatment. The foil looks really good. The foil version of that looks really good too. Into Celestial Colonnade. Sure. Conclude with a... Oh, we got a mythic back here though. Yeah, that's exactly... When I saw the 4-5, I was like, yep, there it is. Exalted Sunborn Extended Art Foil. That is how we finish up a battle. Very, very nice. Daniel with the Strip Mine foil and finishing up with the W with the Exalted Sunborn. So that is going to do it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I have enjoyed opening up Edge of Eternities a ton. Like, I think we're going to keep opening this product. I'm going to go back to it as often as, well, I'll say as often as I can, but I'm going to continue to go back to it as long as it stays, we'll call it relatively reasonable compared to market. But it's a really fun set to open. I have enjoyed it. I enjoy playing with this set. Kind of a banger, huh? That's going to do it for me today, though. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, do me a favor. If you're not subscribed already, hit the subscribe button for me, hit the like button for me, and by all means, drop me some comments. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much, everybody, and be well.